I'm for sure videoing this.
Enjoy it.
Thank you. Royce.
Take them.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil, for being back there. Man, how are you feeling? You want to sign, or are you feeling good?
Wow.
Except I want to run those
Thank
people
you.
off the stage.
Yeah.
There's so much that I wanted to say in my speech there. It wasn't my best, but I'm glad that it resonated with you. This is on the paper. Look, I'm a We the People guy through and through. And I know there's party politics, and I know there's inter-party politics. But the most important thing to me is that your fundamental rights as a citizen are protected. That's what's most important. And I want to say, I have some of these Otter Tail folks up here, and this is, yes, okay. Along with everybody else. And I want to say to the party and to everybody here, this is the way the process is supposed to go. What I mean by the process is we're supposed to fight a little. We're supposed to sort out ideas. And I'm committed, after getting this endorsement, to sit down with the party and all you other Republicans across the state to figure out which ideas we can get behind and move forward. Which ideas? Now, you know some of mine, and some other people have some others. I think the border den forever wars are an idea not only we can get behind, but also voters who we want to swing. I come from the black community, and we're not playing identity politics. Let's play idea politics. My effort in Ramsey and Dakota and Hennepin County is going to be simple. Black people in this state and all across the country believe in a very, very common idea, that the government is too big and it's usually corrupt. Most of us would agree. If you believe that the government is too big and that it's corrupt, you can never vote to make it bigger. It makes no sense to make the government bigger that's corrupt. The last thing I'll say is this. I was qualified with reservations, and I appreciate the committee and its process. I disagree with it. I hope we can change it in the future. Because the same reservations they had about me would surely fall on Donald Trump as well if he was running in this race. And I say that, the number one issue, my campaign was insufficiently funded. This isn't about money. This is about all of you. This is about you. And I don't say this is not a slogan. The number one problem in this country is money in politics. Candidates who can be bought. We wonder why this country is such a mess. All of you in here, I got a chance to speak to you, and my heart is just warmed. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, Lewis White, he was the only Republican, outward Republican in our family. And he was the most honorable man I've ever known. And he died when I was 13 years old. And he would be so proud today.
He is proud.
Yeah.
The reason why all of you come to these conventions year after year after year, you give your time and your energy and your money. And it seems like nothing ever changes. And we ask ourselves, why, how? We know how. Your candidates that you send to Washington, D.C. sell you out the first chance they get. I have debt, personal debt. And the reason is, one of the most influential and wealthiest organizations, institutions in the entire world, also impactful on the black community, the NBA. And I hope the Timberwolves win tomorrow night. But I fought that institution on policy at 21 years old. When I was 21 years old and came into the NBA, there wasn't a single mention of mental health in the entire collective bargaining agreement. I said that's a problem. I fought them. Later on, they put the policy in place. Didn't give me any credit. I don't need it. It's about getting the job done. And I'll approach DC the same way. The point is, the debt that I have is because I wouldn't take the money. I did not take the. I can't tell you how many rooms I was in, and I had powerful people up in the NBA, lawyers, representatives say, you could be anything you want to be. You're young, you're articulate, you're good looking, you know, they try and warm you up and make you feel good.
It's the same in DC.
If you go along with the program. And it's a microcosm of DC. And who do you think the NBA is? Who do you think their sponsors are? Who do you think their lawyers are? These people, well, China's one, yeah, but a lot of Americans too. And the reality is, we need people now more than ever that can't be bought, that don't have a price. And I can't stress that. My dear friend, Gary Lake, is running for United States Senate out there in Arizona. Yeah. And I was so moved by her and inspired when they came to her with an offer to drop out of this race because they know she can win and we can flip the Senate. I'm happy to help her. I'm happy to help Donald Trump. We're going to flip Minnesota. We're going to do it together.
You betcha, baby.
I hope that everybody that didn't vote for me today, everybody who didn't vote for me today that has a difference of opinion is at least willing to sit down as long as we need to hash out those ideas because I'm willing to spend that time. That's what I'm here for. Another thing, one last thing. I'm long-winded. If you don't know me, I do an hour and a half podcast 3 times a week. So you're getting the short version. But I'll give the Senate an earful, I promise you that. The last thing is this. The reason why the campaign is not funded, because there's a problem with the way that money is raised. It's a grave problem. It's something that offends me. That there are these bunglers. There are these bunglers that have your information and your data, and you're on an email list. And candidates like me have to go to these people and sign away 85% of the dollar that you donate to our campaigns.
Yep.
This is why my campaign's not funded. Not only do I not believe in that type of politics, but I don't believe that we need that much money. And I'll say this, they raised $250 million for Raphael Warnock in a runoff. The money for them is unlimited. What are we going to rally behind?
People.
Us. And pull 10 to 20% of the black vote or the Hispanic vote, which I can. My great grandmother helped found Our Lady of Guadalupe right here on the west side. If they believe that I can go and pull those votes, they will dump $1 billion in here to ensure that Amy wins. And none of you can be discouraged by that. Nobody in the party can be discouraged by that. We need ideas. The black community, the black men in this country for the first time understand something. The promises that made were not kept. We can keep those promises.